Oh,
hi.
Hey, house guests. Welcome to today's Big Brother Canada 11 Digital Dailies updates.
Okay, so it is the day of the eviction.
It is. But first, Julie, our house guests of the day are Lena Shaputnik and Paul and Mimi Iams.
Oh, wonderful.
Yay.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for the support. We could not do this without you. We appreciate it so much.
We do.
So thank you again.
We do.
And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. It's only $1 for a whole. Yeah. Lambie is really running around
Yeah,
there.
she really is.
And Bowie's like,
hope she doesn't come flying down the steps on that magic carpet.
I don't know. When we left off yesterday, we got Renee and Rob up on the block. And honestly, it was really difficult to get a read from that digital daily on which way the vote was leaning. Because the day before, it really felt like it was moving in Rob's direction. Like, it seemed like he was going to get the votes to stay. And then it was kind of like, I don't know.
I think the whole season is going to be like this because we're not getting those.
We're not getting the full story.
Things that are like, oh, I was lying to blah, blah, blah. This is how I really feel.
We're not getting the untucked episode.
Exactly.
So we're not getting the full story.
Exactly. How are you going to love yourself when you, how are you going to love somebody else when you can't love yourself?
Very true.
We don't know.
Yeah. So we also saw that Zach is in some hot water right now. Most of the house guests are on to his puppeteering gameplay because he didn't do a very good job of hiding it.
Well, we also got a lot of clarity from last night's episode. We finally got the Vanessa blow up.
Yes. I'm glad that we got to see that because that clears a lot up. And we can see she's really laying it all out there.
She totally pantsed Zach.
Yeah.
And laid it all out there for the house guests.
I do feel, though, like Rob doesn't realize, even if that didn't happen, that Zach was going to target him because he's all like, oh, I got pulled into this. Like, I didn't ask to be pulled into this with that blow up.
Yeah.
He doesn't realize he was already Zach's target before that even happened.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Rob has been dragging Zach in his campaigning, as he should. You know, a big part of his campaigning has been, if you keep me, I'm going to go after Zach. It's going to be great. So that's that. But we also saw that Zach is in trouble because his close allies from last week, Jonathan and Santina, are both drifting away. So now Zach is trying to buddy up with the free agents like Daniel C., Kuzi, Anika, Dan, the HOH. Yeah, he's trying to build up some new numbers.
He's trying to pick up some scraps.
I don't know if we're going to go for it. But before we get going on today's Digital Daily, thank you so much.
Oh, Theodore, thank you so much for the super chat.
Theodore says, I hope this season turns out like last season. Blindside week 3 and Ty wins HOH to take out Zach like Gino to Kyle. Not hoping for a Ty HOH win, though. But the other comps this season aren't helping either. But the comps this season aren't helping either.
I don't think Ty would take out Zach at this point.
No, I think
it's a bigger target in front of him.
He is going to embrace the fact that so many people are after Zach because Zach is a shield for him. So I don't really see him going after him at this point. I think later on, sure, but I think it's too early for that. But I think that Ty is definitely getting annoyed with Zach. We saw that a bit in last night's episode.
Yeah, he was a little testy.
You need to get rid of Dan.
Dan, stick to the plan. Dan's nerks.
Yeah. So thanks again for your super chat.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's talk about today's Digital Daily. It's covering yesterday in the house, day 19.
And it was a juicy one.
Well,
in size,
in length, but not
in content. Not so much.
Content was lacking a bit today, so
a little fluffy.
We do have a few game conversations to go over. So it started off with Zach and Anika chatting in the parlor, of course, because again, Zach is trying to get closer to those free agents.
I can hardly listen to Zach stroking these scraps any longer.
Oh, you're really picking up the game quickly, Anika.
He was the one who was like, Anika's a zero. Yeah. She's nothing. She's expendable. And now he's all like, you're so pretty and nice and fine, and you're my friend, and you'll vote the way I. Well, we have the same values and in the game, and no.
All right. Well, Zach is doing something that we've seen a lot of the last few days. He's complaining about Santina and saying, Santina, I don't know what she's doing. She's making herself more of a target by trying to flip this vote to keep Rob. it's rubbing some people the wrong way.
Do you think Santina is going to go after me? Do you think next week she's going to put me up?
He's definitely nervous. So Zach says, Santina keeps being seen in rooms with Rob and Jonathan, who he knows are targeting him. So he's like, that's not a good look if she wants to work with me anymore.
Maybe she don't.
So Anika says Santina, she's noticed, is a really emotional player. She always feels like her conversations with Santina are one-sided because Santina's not giving her any info.
I mean, that's pretty obvious. I think everybody can pretty much say that. I don't think Santina is...
She's only open with her guys.
I don't even know if she's completely open with them.
It depends which one she's talking to. Like
when she was talking to Rob, she was just like, what, you don't get it? You don't get it from my face? Or like, I don't know if she's just like...
I think she's got a lot of walls up, just in general, like from real life. So
maybe
that might be part of it. But Zach in this conversation is really pushing that Renee should be the one to stay this week. He's like, she's never going to win a comp. She's a number for us.
I love how now he's taking a dump on Renee. What is he going to say? He's taking a dump on somebody he's taking a dump to. Look at that.
Oh, Lammy.
Hi.
Hi, girl. Okay.
Finally, Lammy makes an appearance on the stream.
So Zach says if Rob stays, if Rob stays and wins HOH, he's gonna come after our side. So now, of course, he's referring to himself, Ty, and the free agents as
a side of the house. You're on our side,
right? Very crafty there. We see what you're doing. So Anika's like, I'm not really sure how Daniel and Kuzi want to vote this week, but I don't think that Rob is going to stay. And Anika is talking like she's going to keep Renee. I'm not sure if she's for real about that or if she's just saying that to Zach's face.
I was thinking about this a lot. In the future of this stream, we'll also be talking about Hope and Renee talking together. And it's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to tell this person, I'm not going to do what you want? Because then it's just going to make that person bug you even more.
I know. Sometimes they just kind of like go along with it.
Yeah.
Until it's time to make the vote.
Exactly.
So.
I mean, yes, she's not the biggest fan of Santina, but that's not the question here.
You're talking about Anika?
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard to tell which way people are going to vote because we're not getting the full story. So I don't know, but
I think there's still hope that Anika will vote to keep Rob.
It's really going to depend what Daniel and Kuzi are doing because those three are a very tight
I agree with that. If you get one, you get them all. I think they are a voting block
separately.
No.
So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But right now, she's making it sound to Zach like she's on board with his plan. She's voting out Rob, and Zach was kind of like, I mean, I get like if you guys want to vote to keep Rob.
She kind of walked it back a little bit in the second. Oh, look. In the second part of that convo that they cut back to, they switched back to after, But I feel like she was a little less reassuring to Zach.
Bowie.
that was pretty close.
That was good progress.
Yeah.
I will say that Zach was like, I don't know why you'd want to keep Rob though, because I don't think he's good for your games. And Anika was like, whoa. Just because he's not good for your game doesn't mean he's not good for other people's games. That's the part that made
me feel some type of way. Like she was like, oh, well, maybe she will agree with the Santina situation with Zach, but maybe her perspective is different than Zach's. And she did not commit to voting out Rob.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. But Zach has a question for Anika. Do you think I can try and mend things with Santina? Or is she just going to hate me for the rest of the time we're in here? So Anika's like, you can try, but you need to ask yourself.
Is that what you really want?
Yeah. Is this someone that you really want to work with? Because you seem to have a lot of issues with her.
Yeah.
So, like, do you really want that? But it seemed like Zach was more... Yeah, he was more nervous about Santina winning another HOH and potentially coming after him than like actually working with her moving forward. He doesn't want to be one of Santina's targets.
He doesn't want to be a casualty.
Right. So Zach says like Santina starting a war with me, it's just not smart. It's not good for either of our games. So she shouldn't do it. But Anika's telling Zach, don't stress too much.
Yeah. You know what would be really cool? I was just thinking if they had a double like right about now.
Damn, that'd be wild.
That would really shake up the game because that would be something that they wouldn't expect. But I feel like they really want to keep the numbers early on as a rule in the show. Yeah.
Towards the end.
Yeah.
So
but it really would shake it up.
Yeah. She got her rug all the way to the stairs.
Uh-oh. That's what I was afraid of. Magic carpet ride.
There was like almost an hour of no game because the house guests were playing a game. They were playing this like I Spy 20 questions kind of thing.
Yeah.
For almost an hour.
Great, thanks.
There's not much to say about that.
It's freaking eviction day. You think you could give us some info?
I mean, there had to be other game conversations going on, right? That we didn't get to see.
Of course.
And I mean, of course, I don't want to see only game and that's it. Like, it's nice to have some flavor every once in a while, but like almost an hour.
Let's hear less urinating on the feeds and more game talk.
All right. Well, we got some game talk here.
Both
after
literal
that.
And figuratively.
Yeah. Renee and Hope are chatting in the HOH room. They're kind of like going off on their own, listening to some music, decompressing a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Renee says to Hope, like, I really want to go far with you in this game. These two are pretty tight.
He's really selling her that she is having his vote.
Yeah. And this is another one where we're not really sure. Hope is kind of like in between because he's close to Renee and Rob. So it's hard to tell where he's actually going to vote. But he's making it seem to Renee, it's pretty convincing, like he's going to vote for
Stay. If I was really playing this game, I'd vote you out.
What a weird thing to say to your friend.
Something tells me he's really playing this game.
I don't know. I mean,
I think he's going to vote her out.
You think so?
Absolutely. Excuse me. What is the number one rule of Big Brother? Bros before hoes.
Yeah, I don't know. But he also was telling Renee, like, I've got a goal in common with Rob, meaning like to take out Zach. But I'm playing this game with my heart and I'm close with you. I'm good friends with you. I have a good time with you. So that's why I'm keeping you.
Right.
But he says
You're
again,
my good time girl.
He says again, if I was making a game move here, your ass would be gone. And then Renee's like, and he's like, just kidding, just kidding.
Oh, but I don't think he's just kidding.
Is he?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I think he's placating her because he doesn't want to hear this for the next day and a half.
I don't know. I feel like these two genuinely do enjoy each other's company.
I think they do too, but you got to separate the personal from game.
All right. Well, Renee is like really not happy with Santina at this point because she knows straight up that Santina is campaigning for Rob to stay. And apparently Santina is framing it like Renee is disposable. And Renee says, that's rude.
Renee, get back upstairs.
Oh. Bubby, don't be a Zach.
Yeah.
So she's not happy with Santina. And she says she'd be really nervous if Santina won HOH next week because she feels like she can't trust her. She's worried she'd be up on the block a third week in a row. So then Rob joins them. We've got a little block party plus Hope. And Rob says he's scared. You know, he doesn't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And Renee's like, yeah, I'm also terrified. I have literally been on the block like this whole entire time, except for like 12 hours.
12 hours off the block.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So Renee gives Rob some advice. Just make sure that you're getting enough hugs every day.
You need 8 a day.
I do remember
your dopamine or serotonin.
I do remember seeing like a study come out years ago saying like you need to get this many hugs like to feel good.
I don't remember it being 8.
I don't know. It seems like a lot of hugs.
Really,
in one
a
day.
lot of hugs.
Seems like a lot.
Who was it that? Oh, it was Rob. I don't even know if I get 8 handshakes a day. I thought he was going to say hand jobs, and I was like, whoa, that's too much.
Oh my god. Anyway. Then we have Rob chatting with Shania in the bathroom and they're talking about the vote. Rob is still trying to get out there and campaign, of course. So before he can really even get into it, Shania's like, all right, I'm going to be honest with you. I think you know which way my vote is going. She says, it makes more sense for my personal game to keep Renee. We know that Renee, Claudia, and Shania are all super tight. So Rob says, well,
but like, how's that working for you? You know?
Rob says, if I stay, I will always be a target. I will be a shield for you. And he says, if I stay, then Vanessa will also be a target because they're both mixed up in that whole blow up situation. So that's 2 targets in front of you.
Vanessa's not even really strategically playing anymore. She's just having a good time.
Chaos Vanessa.
She's a good time girl.
So Rob says, Shania, unless you are like in on the decision making on that other side, you should be careful. Because
you're basically collateral damage.
You're just a number over there.
Yeah.
But if you work with me, you will have agency in the decision making.
Do you want to be on B squad or do you want to be on A squad?
So that sounds great and all, but Shania's like, hello, you didn't include me in any like decision making or game talks the last 2 weeks. What's going to be different this time? I mean, she made a good point there.
I mean, he did say, look, I made a huge mistake. I got mixed up with the wrong crew. I'm going to play the game differently going forward now.
He said, I got backstabbed. Now I'm reconstructing who I'm loyal to. I mean, like, it sounds true, good, but like, is he going to
can you trust it? Can you trust it? Can you trust me?
I mean, where would Shania actually rank in Rob's lineup? I'm not saying like, oh, she should definitely vote him out.
3rd or 4th, maybe.
But just thinking realistically, like, she's not super tight with him. I mean, he put her in the friend zone. That's a huge blow to the ego. So I can see where she's coming from. But
what's the alternative? Being Dan's lukewarm side piece?
Dan.
Yeah. She would, because Dan like has a crush on her.
Oh, and Dan I'm saying she wants to ride it out with the girls.
Yeah. Forget the girls.
I mean, Renee has not proven herself in competition so far.
Controls Dan. Dan is trying to control Shania.
I don't know.
It's like a double.
There's a lot of layers here, but
it's a side piece of a side piece.
It's okay.
Oh my goodness.
This is groundbreaking stuff now.
I know. The cat is like right in front of the dog right now, and this has never really happened before.
All right, it's okay. Sorry.
Oh, she's bold.
Bear with us.
She is bold.
Yeah. So Rob is saying, I would appreciate if this conversation stays here. I don't know if I have the numbers, but I am going to go out swinging if I'm leaving. So Shanae's like, okay, like, I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Zach and Ty are running things, blah, blah, blah. I agree with you. But she's like, she had a hard time kind of trying to articulate this, but she was basically saying, like, if I keep you, I'm going to have a really hard time recovering from that.
Right. With
perception-wise. Yeah. Like, how am I supposed to come back from that? That's going to really mess up my game. So Rob says, I know it's going to be tight, but I'm hoping I have the numbers. And he's like, I'm not trying to pressure you, but like, if you could think about it. And she's like, yeah, I'll think about it. She's not going to think about it.
Boy, was that stupid for him to cut her loose right when he cut her loose. Things would have been a lot different if they were in a used man's.
But that would have been really grimy and slimy.
And I mean, that's what he's really trying to not do.
Yeah.
Which I have to respect.
Because he's not Ty.
He's not Boogie. He's not Mike Boogie. So like, yeah, I can really respect him for that. But like, ooh, bad timing.
Yeah, it is bad timing. So then Renee, Shania, and Claudia are chatting in the bathroom. First of all, Renee talks about...
Renee?
Did I say Renee?
Yes!
I mean, they all have those names that like go together. So Renee says...
Shania, Renee, Claudia.
Renee says Santina is definitely campaigning against me. And she's like fired up about it. And she says, this is another strike against Santina with us. Because she didn't want to include us in anything when she was HOH. Now this... They can't work with her. So Renee goes off and does Renee things. And after, Shanae is talking to Claudia, and she's telling Claudia all about Rob's campaign pitch. And
can you believe it? It was like Sandy in Greece, you know? Can you believe it? It's the guy I met over the summer.
Tell me more. Back. Tell me more.
Yeah. Well, can you believe he tried to get me to vote for him instead of, you know?
These two are definitely voting to keep Renee. But oh my goodness, we didn't see this really. I think it like cut away during the Shania and Rob conversation. But apparently he told her like, look, if you want to start playing this game like an adult, that's so condescending.
My goodness.
Oh my God. So anyway.
I mean, he's not wrong, but he shouldn't have said it like that.
That's not the way you say something like that. I don't know.
But he's not wrong.
With like an adult? I mean, that's implying that she's not playing like an adult already.
Like, I mean, She's like Sandy in Greece.
It's icky.
It is icky. I mean, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm saying he shouldn't have said it.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, so she's telling her about the campaign, and Claudia says that she feels like Kuzi is also locked in to keep Renee, and I'm like, is she? I don't know, because again, that trio of Kuzi, Daniel C, and Anika.
It's a dangerous, wonderful voting block.
Yeah, we don't really know where they stand at this point. So again, they go back to Santina, and Shania says Santina is not good for the girls. She would tear us apart if we tried to work with her. And Shania does admit there is some jealousy there because of the whole Shania, Rob, Santina love triangle.
Right.
I guess Shania said she's been having some issues with her, like self-esteem, and she was talking about how Santina's sitting there with like the perfect glow on her skin, blah blah blah, and she feels like a turd. But like she's not. So
they're both beautiful.
Yes, but she's feeling some jealousy there.
She's feeling some type of way.
So I'm sure that factors into things as well.
Yeah.
But Claudia says the targets moving forward will be Zach and Santina.
Good luck. What army are you gonna muster together to fight that?
Yeah.
Seriously.
I'm a little worried though, because I feel like Claudia's got those blinders on when Ty is just right there. Ty is also a problem.
The use mans.
Yeah. So Shania says in an ideal world, she would love to go to Final Five with Claudia, Renee, Kuzi, and Anika.
Why do girls always like guys? Why are they always drawn to relationships where they get treated like crap?
It's a whole thing.
It's terrible.
It's a whole thing. But anyway, that was pretty much it. We've got the eviction tonight. Still kind of unclear who will go. We can break down the votes here for what we're thinking.
Well, right off the bat, you're thinking that Renee's going to stay.
I'm getting the vibe that it's going back towards Renee staying at this point.
I'm getting the vibe that it's going towards Rob staying.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm probably wrong.
I wouldn't be shocked either way. I feel like it could go either way. But I'm feeling like Renee is going to stay. So if we look at who we think will go each way. So this is who we think this person will keep. So we think Rob has Jonathan and Santina for sure.
We can agree on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 2.
Right.
Renee, I feel like she's got 4 locked in. With Shania, Claudia, Zach, and Ty.
Okay, I can agree with that.
So then we have 5 people where we're just like, so you have Hope.
I think Hope is going to vote to keep Rob.
You think so?
I do.
I don't know.
I do.
I mean, he told Renee straight up that he was like going to keep her.
I mean, he pretty much told Jonathan that he was on board too. So like, you know.
It's hard to say. It's very hard to say. Vanessa, I feel like she wants to go against Zach, but I also feel like
she wants to keep a girl.
She wants to do what Dan wants. So I don't know. It's weird.
After Vanessa calling out Zach, how can she back Dan putting up Rob and
That's
doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know.
I feel like Vanessa will also be a vote to keep Rob.
She is a wild card. For
She's
sure.
a very wild card.
So then we have the trio that we've been talking about, Daniel C, Kuzi, and Anika. And it really does seem like whoever gets this trio will be the one to stay.
They're like the Iowa caucus or whatever, you know, or Ohio. Whoever wins Ohio wins the election. So
watch them like not vote together.
I know. Wouldn't that be stupid?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they're voting together. Isn't it Iowa?
Is it Iowa?
I feel like Iowa was the first one.
No, that's the first one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm talking about the first one.
Whoever wins, like the Iowa,
I see
when you know nobody's ever or very few have won a presidency without the Ohio number.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. You need 6 votes to stay this week, so.
Let us know what you think in the comments.
Yeah, we will see.
Who do you think's going? Do you think it's gonna be Rob or Renee?
I don't know.
Or Rob-nay?
I don't know. But we will be back tonight to talk about it. So thank you all so much for being here.
We appreciate you.
Yep. And until later, much love.
Bye.
Have a good afternoon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.